Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing today? Before we get started, if you haven't signed up for our newsletter yet, please do so. All the information to sign up to contact me and Trish is always in the description box below, along with all the important information we always want you guys to have, okay? So grab your coffee, maybe some chocolate, because you just never know with me or what's going on in the world, really. So what I want to talk about today is what's going to be happening in California. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I know. So if it could get any worse out in California, I don't know. So California, because you gotta love Newsom, will ban small off-road engines, primarily used in gas-powered lawn equipment, such as leaf blowers and lawnmowers, and in a law signed by Newsom. Okay, this bill, which is A as in apple, B as in boy, 1346, directs California's Air Resources Board to draw up regulations that will go into place by 2024. It bans the sale of new SORs, SOREs, which is the gas-powered, okay, but does not seem to ban their operation. The law will apply not only to gas-powered lawn equipment, but also to generators and emergency response equipment and other assorted categories. The bill does give regulators some leeway with the regulations based on what is found to be technologically feasible. So some portions of the regulation may be pushed back beyond 2024. And California's reasoning for the ban is because gas-powered lawn equipment produces surprisingly high levels of pollution. But these devices have not been subject to nearly as much regulation as vehicle engines, allowing them to pollute with impunity. The small engines in this equipment don't fully combust the gasoline used to run them, which means they emit high levels of particulate exhaust. This exhaust forms smog, which contributes to poor air quality and harms health. In fact, they're so dirty that according to California regulators, SORs in California contribute more total nitrous oxide, or NOx, and reactive organic gases, or our ROG, pollution than passenger cars do statewide. Operating a gas leaf blower for 1 hour can produce as many NOx and ROG emissions as driving 1,100 miles in a new passenger car. Passenger cars still produce more global warming emissions than SORs do, but the health effects of these small engines are much heavier than you'd think, and they're annoyingly noisy too. So would they rather have overgrown grass? Okay. The bill underlines that there are perfectly good zero-emission replacements for these engines, and these are available at a low cost. Some regulators already have rebate programs to reduce the cost of shifting to electric lawnmowers for both residential and commercial users. These programs have been in place for a long time because lawn equipment is comparatively cheap and very polluting. So regulators can get a lot of bang for their buck by incentivizing retirement of SORs. AB 1346 directs state agencies to increase funding to these programs to support the transition to zero-emission equipment. If you're in California or anywhere else that has air, oh God, yeah, check out Electrics, and that's ELETREKS Green Deals section, where we periodically post green tech deals. You'll find deals on electric lawn equipment quite often, so you save yourself a few bucks while helping to save the lungs and ears of your neighborhood too. Oh my Lord. Have you ever used an electric lawnmower? I have. They're a pain. And 9 times out of 10, you run over the electrical cord. Wow. Gruesome Newsome, you once again, you've done it again, huh? So, yeah, you're almost there, ain't you? Yeah. So, here's something that we've all been talking about, which is the trucking economy. Okay, the trucking industry being mirrored in a driver shortage has raised the level of interest in artificial intelligence, or AI, as we like to call it, enabled trucks with autonomous capabilities. Owners and executives of motor carriers see untapped potential to improve operating efficiencies, safety, and productivity. I don't like where this is going. So several technology companies have been testing self-driving trucks in real-world conditions for several years. Drivers are in the vehicles now, but the switch could flip to full mode as early as 2023, experts say. What are you, tired of people striking out on you because they don't like the working conditions that you're enforcing on them? So now you're just going to go full AI? Is that what this is? So listen here. If you're a trucker, pay attention, because they're coming for your jobs. With the future of self-driving trucks coming into sharper focus, technology companies are working on applications to digitize the full transportation ecosystem to automate steps like inspecting vehicles and exchanging paperwork, which until now have required human involvement. Well, they really just want to wipe us out, don't they? Don't they? The final hurdles. One of the front runners in the race to full scalable deployment of this technology is Plus. In 2016, the company started working on a driverless system that would meet the SAE definition of level 4 on autonomy, and that's AUTONOMY. It didn't take long. In 2018, Plus completed a pilot test of its new system at one of the world's largest ocean ports in Qingdao, China, without a driver in the seat. The truck was able to fully operate in that scenario. Plus is heavily capitalized to see its technology through to the finish line. The company has raised $400 million since last year and is looking to go public via stock merger in the next 2 months, which will bring it in another $500 million. It is explained that Plus and other developers are working to make progress in software and hardware, but are mostly waiting for regulations to catch up with technology for trucks to operate in full mode on public roads. You know what this reminds me of? You know that Stephen King movie? What's that movie? Maximum Overdrive? Just saying. This? No. That scares me. The link will be in the description box. Use guys. You. Yeah. Nay, nay. Nay, nay. So then this, okay. Ooh. Mm. So this is happening in Savannah, Georgia. Okay. A logistical crunch that has put ports in California behind schedule is also affecting shipping vessels on the East Coast. Now, like I said, I think it was Friday, during Friday Night Live, DeSantis is opening up the ports here on the East Coast of Florida to allow the shipping vessels to dock here, okay? But now the port of Savannah reports 25 ships are anchored in the ocean awaiting their turn to dock. And that is according to Griff Lynch, the Georgia Ports Authority executive director, okay? And Lynch said it's the result of a multitude of issues that involve the supply chain, and they're working 24/7 to unload as many containers as possible. The activity you see happening in the middle of the day is also happening in the middle of the night every day of the week. On Friday, Lynch told reporters that crews were working to unload 7 container vessels to free up room for those still at sea. He said there are bumps in the road, but not all have been caused by the port. I want to make sure we make that clear. The entire supply chain is challenged, and we're just one piece of it. So if there's not enough warehousing and the cargo backs up, it's going to impact the port and the number of vessels we have to anchor. He also said they're working to get more port storage space and also to have more containers moved by rail instead of having to be trucked from the port. He added that there has been a large backlog of thousands of containers, but in the past 2 weeks, that backlog has been reduced by up to 70%, and he thanks truckers for that effort. He said that there have been 14,000 truck moves per day in the past few weeks, which is a truck going into the port and coming out with 1 or 2 containers. And he also said, in every crisis, there can be an opportunity. Our business for July through September is up 16%, and our business for January through September is up more than 25%. And he also said that last month was the best September the port has ever had. In 9 months, the port also added 850,000 additional TEUs of business. A TEU is the way the industry measures a container unit. And Griff says for every 10 additional containers, 1 job in Georgia can be created. About $700 million worth of projects are currently planned at the port, including a new berth, plus more storage capacity at the port and new rail lines. And Lynch said that there are a lot of challenges right now with the bottleneck of ships, but that employees at the port are working hard to improve conditions over the next couple of months. And Lynch said that he thinks goods will be on the store shelves by the holidays, and retailers seem confident of that as well. And he does caution, however, that there may be a few problems. Sometimes if you look at what you think might be happening, you would think that nothing is going to be on the shelves. I would say what we're struggling for here is to get 90% on the shelves. So I think that there are some things that might not make it, but the sky is not falling, Lynch said. Okay. I don't know. So, then this. Oh, God. George Soros. This guy. You know who he is. I mean, this billionaire puppeteer, as I like to call him. He's throwing in at least $1 million behind the effort to stop hiring hundreds of new police officers in Austin, Texas. According to a campaign finance documents reviewed by the Washington Free Beacon. The Hungarian-born political activist gave $500,000 through the Soros-backed Open Society Policy Center to a political action committee in opposition to a ballot initiative that forces the city to employ 2 police officers per 1,000 residents. Soros's donation, made on October 12th, is his second of the month and has come as Austin experiences a decades-high spike in violent crime. The city has seen at least 67 homicides this year, the highest since 1981. Aggravated assaults are up 10%. Sorry, hang on. Sorry about that. My son came home and the dog started to bark. So, aggravated assaults are also up at least 10%, following a 26% spike in 2020. So, on October 1st, the Open Society Policy Center cut its first $500,000 check to Equity PAC, PAC, a Texas-based political organization that backs left-wing causes. How nice. The donation is the latest example of Soros's involvement in various left-wing causes at the local level. In 2020, Soros donated over $600,000 to a Texas-based left-wing group that backed the election of Jose Garza, Garza, who now serves as a district attorney for Travis County, where Austin sits. Since 2015, Soros has spent more than $17 million on various local races, including donations to left-wing prosecutors and state legislators. Why doesn't she take that $17 million and do something better with it? Virtually every candidate backed by Soros and the Open Society Foundation has supported a dramatic reduction in or elimination of cash bail and other policies critics say lead to higher crime. Other large donators to Equity PAC include the Texas American Federation of Teachers, which gave $10,000, and Movement Voter PAC, a left-wing organization based in Maryland. The Washington, D.C.-based Fairness Project also contributed $200,000. Voters will decide on the ballot initiative at the polls on November 2nd or via early voting from October 18th to October 29th. Estimates for the cost of hiring new officers range from $54 million to $120 million a year, per the city's chief financial officer. Well, we need more officers. I back the blue. What about you? All right, guys, that's all for this video. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always,